organization called Maryland Business Roundtable for Education, a part of the Speakers Bureau program. And what that is a bunch of people that look like me, professionals out there in the workplace, come and we speak to teenagers, high school students, all across the state of Maryland. Now, how many of you think I get paid to stand up here? Raise your hands if you think I get paid to do this. I got news for you. I don't get paid to do this. Some of you guys think that's a little silly? You can be honest. Think it's a little silly? Yeah. Yeah? Okay.
Why would you do it?
Why would I do it? That's a great question. It's because I'm passionate about your future. Every single person in here, you guys are our future. Now, the way I do things is I don't like to just stand up here and talk to you guys and yap, because that gets boring. I like to treat you guys as young adults. How many of you feel that you're young adults? You're not kids anymore, right? Okay. Now, I treat you guys as young adults. I only have one rule. My one rule is that you respect each other and you respect me standing up here. And as long as we do that, we can have fun, have an open discussion, we got some activities. It's not, like I said, it's not just going to be me standing up there. So you guys cool with that? You can handle that? Okay. Now, the first thing I want you guys to do is take out a piece of paper and something to write with. I want you guys to think about what's important to you. Right now, as you're sitting here, freshman in high school, what is important to you? You can write however many things you want down. Anything that's important to you. Does anybody want to share what they wrote down? I see some people finish writing. Anybody want to share? Any volunteers? Your name? Jared. Okay, Jared, what's important to you?
Education.
Gotta talk louder and want everybody to hear.
Education.
Education. Okay. Anything else you want to share? Okay, education. Anybody else? What's your name?
Sarah.
Sarah.
I said respect and honesty.
Respect and honesty. Very important. All right, so it sounds like we had a lot of different things. We had the family, friends, education, respect, music. Someone said their future, okay? All those things are wonderful. Now, when you think about what's important to you, okay, how does that affect your goals in life? Anybody want to share? Anybody have an idea? And it was Sarah, right?
Yeah. Well, not for mine, but for like Jared's, his is education. So he's going to do everything in his power to make sure he excels at his education.
Okay, so by him saying education's important, he's going to make his plan so that he can excel in education. So that's going to affect his long-term goals, right? Anybody else? And your name? Samantha.
So basically, your goals are you're going to try and make sure that they're going to benefit what's most important to you.
Right. You're going to try to make sure that it benefits what's most important to you.
Whatever became of this kid coming up? What did he become? Middletown? Middleton. What happened to him? Well, that's right. That is me.
Oh.
That's me in 1960. All right. You notice the footwear, mostly dirt. That's actually in Florida. That's my grandparents' farm. They actually had those before Disney showed up. We actually had farms. That's my uncle's horse trailer. I didn't live there. How many people have seen Jerry Springer? Don't lie to me. It's one of the most popular shows here. All right. Do you believe those people on the stage exist? Not really? No? No. They do. Most of them are my family. I was raised in a trailer park. I'm called a lot of other names also. And you can see how good looking the kid is. Who could blame him? Who could believe that kind of stuff? But now, he actually made it. I joined the Marine Corps during Vietnam. Y'all remember that war? Kind of heard about it? I want you to think about that. I volunteered for the Marine Corps to get out of a trailer park during wartime. I was desperate. And I'm glad I did. I didn't go to war. I didn't have to go over there. I always get asked the question, did you kill anybody? No. Not yet. All right? My name is Clyde Middleton. You heard I'm part of Maryland Scholars. I'm one of several thousand volunteers walking around or going on the state talking to 8th and 9th graders about their choices they have to make in the next 4 years. And I'm here to share some things with you. It's an open forum. I want you guys to talk. We're going to interact a little bit here, all right? I only have one rule, I ask. I will respect you as young men and women. I expect the same in return. Fair enough? We want to have a conversation, but let's not get overboard with it. My hearing's not what it used to be. There are too many conversations. I can't make out what's going on. But I can see you. I can still see well, okay? Let's start it off here. What is the one thing every successful... Oh, I forgot to tell you. That kid up there, he now owns his own company. A software engineer. Well, we're going to go on. How did that happen? I'm going to share some of that with you now. What do you believe the most important thing every successful person does? Every successful person does this. And I know you're going to give me the pat answers. I'm going to see if you come up with the right one. Anybody?
Education.
Huh? Education. That's the pat answer I'm looking for. Yeah.
Perseverance.
Pardon me?
Perseverance.
Persevere. Absolutely.
They set a plan for the success.
Oh, and what would we call that?
Goals.
You're setting...
Goals.
That's it. Every successful person sets goals. And that's what we're going to do today. We're going to set some goals. Now, as we're doing this, I want you to point out this little saying up here. There's no telling what you can do when you've been inspired by them. There's no telling what you can do when you believe in them. And there's no telling what will happen when you act upon them. The key word there is act. You have to do something. You just can't write one down and the goal fairy comes along and grants your wish. You have to do something. Now, everyone in this room has two choices, to make a life or make a living. What do you think is more important? What do you think? Make a life or make a living? Oh, it's not a trick question. It can't be wrong.
Make a life.
Make a life? Why?
Because it's better to live out your life than to just work the whole time.
Pretty good. Anybody else? Anybody else? Any other ideas? That's an excellent one. In fact, it's one of my favorite sayings. You make a life, make a living by what you get. You make a life by what you give. Churchill said that. That's making a life. If you're making a life, I guarantee you'll be making a living. Because you'll be doing what you love to do. And the money will come from that. So let's talk about setting some goals. I'm going to ask you some questions now.
I'm glad to be back here. You know, again, this is my old school. You know, many years I've looked out these same windows. Of course, the landscape is changing. You know, walked through these same halls. You know, when it was time to go from lunch to the bathroom, lunch to class, I took 20 minutes to go to class, and you know, all the stuff we do. So I understand. So it's good to be back. I just got to really catch my breath. Like, man, I'm back in Douglas. I haven't been back in since I graduated. My name's Munir Bahar. All right, I'm here to give you a message. Okay, why y'all looking at me? Oh, because I'm the guest speaker. All right, I'm here to give y'all a message. Okay, now you can do two things with this message that I'm gonna give you. You can listen to it. Okay, you can take heed to it. It's all the same thing. You can pay attention to it. You can try to incorporate it in your life, or you can not listen. You can forget I ever came. You can forget the words that I'm gonna give to you, and you can go on about your life. Anyway, my name's Munir Bahar. All right, I'm from Baltimore. All right, used to hang right across the street, Ricestown, Gwynn Falls. Yeah. Okay, nobody here from RNG, as we call it. Okay, I understand. It's a few things that I'm tired of, and that's why I gotta come. That's why I gotta speak. That's why I gotta give you my message. All right. So I'm tired of seeing young people waste their lives. I'm tired of seeing young people fail and hold their heads down. I'm tired of seeing young people with no enthusiasm. I'm tired of seeing young people with no hope. I'm tired of seeing young people with no type of encouragement, no type of motivation to beat what we see out here. What's important to you?
Money.
Money?
Yeah.
How much? I got 30 cents. Huh?
I'm straight.
You straight? Okay. You said money is important. 30 cents is a lot of money, depending on where you live in the world. What's important to you?
Football.
Football? You play football? I used to play football up here too. What's important to you, young lady? You don't be looking all around. I'm talking to you.
Me?
Uh-huh.
Me.
Huh? Oh, you important?
Yeah.
You?
Yeah.
You or me?
Me.
Me? You? Okay, I understand. What's important to you?
My future.
Your future? Okay. What's important to you?
My family and my friends.
Your family and your friends? Okay. Put all these things in a box. Okay? What's the relation between all these things? How do all these things relate? How can we group all these things together? You know? Okay, I understand. You got to put in this. You got to put in work. I don't care what y'all said would have been important to you. You could have said picking your nose, you know, anything. You got to put in work.
Has anyone in here thought about where you might want to be 10 years down the road? Raise your hand and I'll call on you. Yes, ma'am.
I'm being a lawyer.
A lawyer, okay? An attorney, a great goal. Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to join the Army.
Okay, in the military career. Terrific. Yes, ma'am.
I would be a
A
cosmetologist.
cosmetologist. Wonderful career. Yes, sir.
Doctor.
A doctor, any particular type of physician? I assume you mean physician. Okay.
Your therapist.
Pardon?
Therapist.
Okay, a therapist. Terrific. Anybody else thought, when I was your age, I didn't quite know where I was headed. It's okay if you don't know. But for those of you that know where you're headed, you already got a head start on everybody, and you're going to understand why. I'm going to give you guys some tools today. Some tools to build your life, whatever that, look, success is defined by you guys. I'm not here to tell you that success is driving a Mercedes or living in a big house or whatever. Success could be working in a hospital in Zimbabwe for nothing. Okay? You determine what success is. I'm not here to define it. I'm here to help you get to where you want to get to. Okay? We're going to make a little roadmap. We're going to talk about tools a little bit. The tools that you employ in your life are going to determine how much time you waste and how far you get. So we're going to give you a couple of tools to help you build your life. Because when all is said and done, you know what? It's up to you. It's not up to mom and dad. It's not up to your teachers. It's not up to the administrators. It's up to you what you do in your life. And there's two words I'm going to talk about right here. Right now, your life is a mountain of options. Okay? It's enormous. Who determines how big this pile of options are? We've heard some goals, physicians and attorneys, cosmetologists. Let me tell you this. Here's a little tip. If you're going to go in the healthcare field and you blow off biology in high school, guess what you just did? You just eliminated options out of your life. The teacher didn't. Mom and dad didn't. If you don't take biology seriously and you're going to be in the healthcare field or even a veterinarian, it's off your plate. Have you noticed it wasn't too long ago you had no choices in your life? You were about this tall. They dressed you in funny clothes. They put strained peas in your mouth, you know. You had no choices. Now, most of you probably dress yourselves, though that might not be true. And most of you eat the food you want to eat, with at least what's available. As your high school and academic career continues, you're going to have more and more choices in your life, okay? Right now, most of you probably don't have a lot of electives. But as your high school years go on, most of your classes are going to be electives. The choices that you make for your life determine the number of options available to you.